Chapter 12. Drama as a Lifestyle. Why Peace Feels Like Boredom. In every inner city, on every block, there's someone whose phone never stops buzzing, their name is always in someone's mouth, or they're keeping someone else's name in theirs. They don't just live through drama, they feed on it, they create it, and they become it. Chaos isn't just part of their life, it is their identity. Without it, they feel invisible, unimportant, and unsure of who they are. Ask them what happened today, and they've got a story. Ask them who they're beefing with, and they've got a list. Ask them what they're working on, and suddenly they change the subject, because growth doesn't get the same attention as gossip. These are people who don't just stumble into conflict, they feed off of it. They argue with cashiers like it's a courtroom, post endless Facebook rants, fight online and turn every slight into drama. Peace feels foreign to them. It's not just a phase, and it's not just a mood, it's a mindset built on dysfunction and reinforced by attention. For many, it's a lifestyle. And one that quietly ruins relationships, careers, and futures. Some people aren't comfortable unless something is going wrong. Drama is their normal. Stillness makes them anxious. They've been so conditioned to chaos that peace feels like something's missing. Here's where it starts: childhood chaos. A lot of folks were raised in homes full of shouting, instability, and conflict. The emotional whiplash became their definition of normal. That kind of trauma imprints itself deep. And years later, they recreate the noise, even if they don't want to, even if it hurts them, because it's the only rhythm they've ever known. Children raised in chaos grow up on edge. They don't learn emotional safety, they become anxious, angry, or aggressive, and they mirror what they see. What feels normal to them becomes the foundation of their behavior, and then the cycle repeats, generation after generation. When people don't have a plan, a passion, or a path, drama becomes a substitute for direction. It gives them something to do, someone to be mad at, something to fight about, a reason to vent, and a way to feel alive. And when peace shows up, they sabotage it, because without something to stress about, they feel invisible. Chaos fills the void where purpose should be. Some folks never learn to manage emotions like adults. When something happens, big or small, they explode, and blame everyone else. Then they play the victim. Emotional regulation takes maturity, and many haven't reached that level yet. Instead of processing feelings, they react, deflect, and create more drama to avoid accountability. We live in a world where drama is sold as empowerment. Reality shows glamorize betrayal, backstabbing, and constant beef. Social media rewards outrage and people get famous for clapping back, not building up. This steady diet of dysfunction starts to feel normal. Not sure if you've fallen into the trap? Here are some red flags. You're always in conflict with someone. You feel anxious when life is going too well. You say, "I hate drama," but it's always around you. Drama doesn't just spice up your life, it wrecks it, slowly, quietly, and completely. People get tired. They get exhausted being the villain in your story, and drained trying to keep up with your mood swings. Eventually, even the ones who love you most, leave. Drama might keep you entertained, but it also keeps you alone. The coworker who brings drama and stirs up conflict don't last. They burn bridges and block their own progress. In business, emotional chaos isn't passion, it's a liability. As an owner, I always said, if you do something stupid that costs me money, I'll make sure you lose too. Eventually, the calls slow down, the invites stop coming, and people get tired of the drama. You're left alone, wondering why peace never stays. But the answer might be simple: peace doesn't stay where it's not protected. When chaos is constant, connection disappears. Here's how people try to justify their drama: I'm just passionate, I say what others are afraid to say, or people just can't handle my energy. These phrases sound bold, but they often mask unhealed wounds, emotional immaturity, or a refusal to grow. They're not explanations, they're excuses. Sometimes, you're not passionate, you're impulsive. You're not bold, you're confrontational. You're not misunderstood, you're exhausting. And you haven't been through a lot, you're dragging others through it. Growth begins when the excuses stop. Somewhere along the way, people started equating drama with being real. Real is honest, not hostile. Being loud doesn't make you strong. True strength is walking away from petty battles, choosing peace over being right, and knowing when silence is louder than words. Peace isn't weakness, it's wisdom and maturity.
How to break the cycle. Ready to break free from drama? Start by recognizing the pattern. Ask yourself why chaos keeps showing up in your life. Why does peace feel uncomfortable? What are you really getting out of all this conflict? Until you face the truth, the cycle won't stop. Self-awareness is the first step to change. Next, learn to choose peace on purpose. A calm life isn't boring, it's powerful. A steady job, a quiet home, and a drama-free partner aren't signs of settling. They're signs of healing. If you feel like ruining it, stop and ask yourself why. Sometimes, peace feels strange when you've lived too long in dysfunction. Finally, protect your space. Not every argument deserves your time. Not every problem is yours to fix. Walk away when needed. Set boundaries. Learn to control your emotions instead of letting them control you. Drama may be loud, but peace is life-saving. And once you have it, you won't trade it for anything.
Teach the next generation different. Let's not raise another generation addicted to noise. Let's teach that love doesn't require yelling, silence isn't scary, stability isn't boring, and a drama-free day is a good day. Peace isn't just a gift, it's a lesson we have to pass down. Kids don't just hear what we say, they absorb how we live. Our actions teach louder than our words, and the example we set becomes the standard they follow.
Simple real-world solutions. Number 1. Start teaching emotional control young. Make emotional regulation a priority in schools, youth programs, and at home. Teach kids to recognize their feelings and respond with self-awareness instead of outbursts. Emotional strength starts with understanding, not reacting. Number 2. Model respectful disagreement. Show kids and peers how to handle tension without yelling or shutting down. Let them see that maturity includes listening, compromising, and knowing when to walk out. Why? Number 3. Celebrate emotional maturity. Highlight those who de-escalate conflict, fix relationships, and choose peace over pettiness. Use social media, community events, and conversations to make emotional growth something to aspire to. Peace isn't passive, it's powerful. And the more we model and support it, the more we change the emotional temperature of our communities. Let's teach that silence isn't empty, it's full of strength.